So when I last left you guys, it was Christmas time. Now Easter has come and gone, and already it just feels like a year is flying by. But for the most part, I can say that the workshop's done and has finally been put back into a usable space. I've had a lot of outside influences that have been keeping me awake, but thankfully that's all starting to taper out now, and it looks like I'll finally have time to start getting back out in my workspace. The modular wall system has worked out exactly the way I'd hoped, and it's allowed me to position everything in place and condense down that old storage shed and be able to demolish it out of the way so that everything can be stored and used as it should be. And it's nice to be able to just stand back and have a look at everything and see that everything has its place and I'm not tripping over things to get through them. Whilst it is a pretty well laid out workshop now, it is still pretty limited as far as its overall space is concerned, which is why I've left everything as modular as I possibly can make it. And whilst there are a few tools that are going to be in a fixed position like the milling machine and one of the bandsaws, everything else I've tried to put wheels on or have it set up in such a way that they can be moved around if I need to. The storage stuff that's under the benches there, the paints and stuff, you can see are all on wheelie boards. These black shelves that I've had here, you can't see them because of the kickboard at the front, but they've also got wheels underneath. Same as the shelving system that's there, as well as the big bench in the middle, which has lockable wheels, and even the bandsaw that I've got set up for cutting wood has got lockable wheels on it as well, so that I can move it around, or even just reposition it when it comes to different lengths of timber that I'm using. My original plans as far as the ceiling changed a little bit. I was going to have 3 lights down the centre there, and with the skylights working as well as they do, I really didn't need any additional lighting down the centre, and those fans there circulate the air really nicely, and because they have their own isolation circuit, I can turn them off if I want to as well. Apart from that, I feel like everything is working properly in it. I've got the little dedicated media area that I'm working on there now, and you can see there that I've got 4 high-resolution security cameras that are set up, and apart from the added security that it adds to the shop when I'm not in here, it also means that I can use those when I am working in here, so I can pick up some additional footage of what I'm working on without having to constantly worry about repositioning a camera. Having said that, I've made some modifications to the camera arm setup that I made. In keeping with the modular theme, I've added it to a wheelie stand. I've got some weights there to counteract the balance of it so that it can be wheeled around the workshop. The camera that I normally attach to that one is the one that I'm currently filming on, which is just my Samsung phone. It has a small USB cable there that goes to a longer extension cable that keeps it charged whilst I'm recording. And now that I've got plugs all around the workshop, I can pretty much position it to wherever I need to if I want to pick up footage on a particular thing that I'm working on. I'm yet to properly fire up the milling machine because when it was shipped to me, it didn't come with any oils of any kind. And I'm having a little bit of a hard time at the moment tracking down the gearing oil that I need for the inside of the boxes and for the sliding oil for the table. It has all been wired up though, and I've turned it on really briefly just to make sure that it is mechanically operating as far as the electrics are concerned, but I'm not doing anything to engage the gearing system whilst ever it doesn't have any oil in it. Once that's operational, one of the things that I'm going to be working on in the way of a new project is this one. I can't quite tell if you can see that one there. That's a resin casting of the pulse rifle from Aliens, and that's one that I'm going to be doing up a full metal version of. And the other thing obviously that I want to get back into is the Martian tripod fighting machine, and you can see all its legs and bits sitting in there waiting to be finished off as well. The new tabletop that I've done in the middle is a white Laminex, which I'm sure will wear down eventually. For the moment, it's a fairly durable surface to start on, and I hope to be able to use it as a whiteboard for doing illustrations when I'm talking to you guys as well. The other thing that you can see here as far as the ceiling is concerned is that mismatch of board that you can see there, and you might just be able to pick up a slight hue of green in that colour. That's because that is a drop-down green screen, and I'll be using that so I can do a better quality of backgrounds, and hopefully that'll do a little bit more to up the quality of the videos for the final reveals and that sort of thing, and make it a little bit more interesting for you guys. Even though I've had a lot of disruption in this early part of the year, whenever I've had a spare minute, I've been out here in the workshop trying to get everything sorted out the way I wanted to, and it's finally at the point where I can stop cleaning and start working. So it should only be a few more days to a week or so, and I should finally be able to get back to the point where I'm genuinely actually making stuff. And boy, I've really been missing it. I should also mention that I've been working in the background on creating another mini documentary style series on the Phase plasma rifle. Obviously nowhere near as detailed as the Terminator itself, but that's another one that'll be coming out shortly as well, and will also feature the first time I've used the green screen. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to get those regular updates, and you might want to click on that notification bell to make sure that you don't miss out on that one. But anyway guys, that's the update for this time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.